Welcome to What's in Your Data.
Brought to you by Melissa. Howdy, my name's Daniel Lee and I'm the Chief Data Wrangler at Melissa.
My name is Anna Cheong and I'm a software engineer team lead here at Melissa.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas in July. We have a special guest with us.
Yes, we do. Who do we have today?
Well, if you, for our listeners and viewers, if you've seen a previous episode, this special guest is our Chief Elf Officer.
That's right, yeah.
During the season.
Yes. Well, right now it's off season, right?
It is off season.
So I'm curious to know what she does off season.
What do elves do during the off season when all the coals or all the gifts are sent out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess a quick introduction. This is, again, Roxanne, right? Our Chief Elf Officer, who also does
compliance and product management.
Yeah.
So welcome, Roxanne.
I'm back. Making sure all the elves are compliant.
Oh, good.
So,
nice
hello,
segue
everyone.
there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good to have you again.
Yeah. Well, Roxanne, when you're not an elf,
Yes.
what do you like to do?
Well, Daniel, I always feel like I'm in elf mode, making sure that everybody is getting the checklist on the makeup list, right, to get back on that nice list since our little mishap we had. But I am, basically what I do is I am a compliance officer here at Melissa, and I also do product management, but I make sure that things are running smoothly with my team on certifications, any sort of security questionnaires, a lot of meetings, love meetings. So that's basically what I spend a lot of my time doing.
Like this meeting right here?
Like this meeting right here, yes.
One of many.
Yes, I love meetings.
But we also see that you're a product manager.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of products do you manage?
The ZipInfo product line. So,
And more to come later?
and more to come later once the questions start coming in. Yes. So I have the pleasure of working with our ZipInfo development team and our quality assurance team, and all of our ZipInfo customers. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, in your spare time, when you're not a chief elf officer,
Or compliance.
or
product
project management, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, other than spend time with my family and my friends, I have dogs. I have
Oh, that's
some
plural.
Chinese. Yes. So I have Chinese cresteds. I love them dearly. We just had some puppies not that long ago, actually earlier this year. So I have 2 puppies left, and I have 4 dogs at my house currently right now, and I love spending time with them. Some other things that I like doing is Toastmasters. So working on my ums and ahs. I don't know if you want to have a little ah and counter, counting my filler words during this call. But
And comment below with how many you count.
yes.
But
please.
don't count mine, please.
Just hers.
Just hers.
But I like to do Toastmasters, working on my public speaking skills. I also like to do artwork and learn guitar. So that's some of the stuff I like to do.
Wow.
Okay.
Many hats.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you mentioned compliance and product. We'd love to hear more about that. Can you
Okay.
share?
Well,
What is compliance?
compliance is making sure that we are meeting certification requirements, right? So we're FedRAMP certified, so that stands for the Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program.
Okay.
We are SOC 2 certified, which stands for the System and Organizational Controls. And we just recently became ISO 27001 certified. So that's the International Organization for Standardization. So we just recently became certified there. So,
Wow.
So basically my job is to make sure everybody else can do their job in being compliant, right? And
So I take it it's like super easy, these 3. You just like fill out a form and you get a
Yeah,
little paper that says you're
basically,
certified?
and then they stamp it and they're like, "Great job!" A little smiley face. No, it's pretty complicated.
That was a joke.
That was a joke. I'm sorry. But it was a joke. There is actually quite a bit involved with the different controls that come in, and you have an auditor that audits you and makes sure that you're actually doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, right? And so there's a lot involved. There's interviews involved, and uploading of documentation, and just making sure that you're meeting all of those requirements.
So on this podcast, we talk about what's in your data. And, data aside, when you work with compliance, it has its own set of data
Right.
that you have to deal with, right?
Right.
Are there common data problems?
Yes. For example, you go across these different certifications, and they all have their own requirements that are coming, from CISA or NIST or whatever, but they all are kind of similar. So you have a long list of controls that you have to comply with.
For each certification?
And so you're basically, yes, for each certification, you're basically doing the work over and over again, it almost feels like. So trying to find a way to streamline that process and consolidate is something that we've been encountering quite a bit of and trying to fix and make better and more improvements along the way. So.
Okay. Well, that's a compliance-related data issues. What about in your product management issues?
Let's switch hats for a moment
I
here.
was changing lanes. Okay, well, data is always changing, whether it's requirements for compliance, like for example, FedRAMP just released some new consolidated rules for 2026, and now we have to meet a new set by December 7th, right? So making sure all of those are in line, and all the people who need to know, who actually get the work done, know. So that's very important. But then with, because data changes, and because we are a data company and zip info products are databases, zip codes are always changing. So zip codes are being deleted, added, city names are changing. USPS will, add a city name, and whatever their approved spelling of it is whatever they have, or their spelling might change from month to month to include a space or not include a space. And in turn, that might break somebody's product and cause a ruckus. So making sure that we are standardizing that data that's coming in, and before we push that out to our customers, so that way they have a trusted source in us, and they can trust our data in their products. So.
Well, that's the age-old problem, right? You have customers that become dependent on your data feed, but the data upstream changes. And if you simply just push it out real quick without verifying or without checking, then it breaks their thing.
Yes.
But you also don't want to not do that, because then they're working with outdated data.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you combine the changes with the stability of expected from your product?
So there's a lot of things that I had encountered during the whole process of learning how zip info products work, and then when all those changes with the counties and the planning regions and then new cities and stuff coming in, seeing what was correct, right? So how did the Postal Service spell the name, or how did they present it, and how did Census, how do they present it, or how does the official city website or county website, how do they present it? And then seeing what is it that the customer wants, and determining what is the best fit for the actual product that is being provided to that customer. Because if it's not good for the customer, then what's the point of?
So you listed 4 different sources for a possible city name. How the USPS calls it, how the Census Bureau calls it, how the city themselves call it, and how the customer wants it.
Right.
And it could be 4 different things.
Right. Well, it could be 4 different things. For example, we had an issue with Mountain Brook, the city Mountain Brook, right? It's spelled out Mountain Brook. And if you search through it, it's Mountain Brook or whatever. And then you look at the USPS, and then Mountain Brook will span multiple zip codes, but Mountain Brook spelled out was only going through so many of the zip codes, and one zip code only had it as Mountain BRK, abbreviated, right? So if we don't catch that and make sure that that's spelled out, that's going to cause a problem for somebody else down the line. So
or
making sure.
MT or MTN.
Mountain, yes, MTN, Mountain. Just making sure that everything is kind of standardized and synchronized. We're still providing the good data, but we're making sure that it's standardized and clean and cleansed.
Right, because if you keep switching things back and forth based on upstream stuff, then or you catch something but you didn't catch something else, you might fix it for one customer but not for another, and there could be like mismatches, right?
Or you'll fix it for one customer, and then it breaks it for somebody else, and they're like, hey, why is that like that? Yeah,
like, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or something just as simple as like decal, having the space or not having the space. So that's
Or casing.
casing, yes. So not having something cased a particular way, yes. Lowercase, uppercase. Yeah, there's plenty of problems that come. What was the question?
I don't know.
Where are we going with this?
Well, actually, I do know where we're going with this because we were talking about like different problems that you see in data, right?
Common data problems.
And you kind of already touched on it a little bit, but given the data issues that we see, right? Why is data quality important to you?
Data quality, because if you think about like why you're using data, and it's to make better informed decisions, right? So the quality of your data is very important for that particular reason. If you have outdated data or bad data, or you don't even have complete data, how can you make an informed decision if you don't have complete and correct data?
Very hard to do so.
Yeah, it's difficult to do.
Well, then you're touching on one of the topics we talk about a lot here on this podcast, ACC AC, accurate, current and complete data, which is what you were talking about for data quality. That's effectively what data quality is, those three. And I also like to remind everyone what Roxanne was just mentioning earlier. It's not just having accurate, complete, and current, but she also mentioned stability, because sometimes upstream they flip-flop, or multiple sources have differing data.
Right.
And so as a provider, you sometimes, just because it changed doesn't mean you want to roll that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because it changed.
Just because, right.
Yeah. So you provide stability to your customers.
And it was like a big change from when I worked with the mailers products, where people were needing to have like a CAS certified and pre-sorted list or address list in order to get those postage discounts, to people not necessarily needing those discounts. They just need the actual city name for whatever product they're using, whether it's medical billing or emergency planning, or planning where their next location or store is going to be.
Right. So for one set of customers, your former set of customers you were talking about, they were kind of at the whims of the USPS, really.
Right.
They changed, you got to change.
Right. And that was a great starting point actually for me. Learning that whole landscape was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. But I like that, the stability concept, providing stability.
Yeah, because how can you trust the source without stability, right?
Right.
Well, and we want to, and like you said, we want to be a trusted source.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see. I've been told that you have a couple interesting philosophical questions. For our listeners.
Yeah. So.
Would you be able to share them with our listeners?
I guess so. Yeah, I can do that. So really, what it comes down to is, because data quality is important, and we all have data, whether it's our to-do list, our event tracker, our appointments list, or our database for our actual products. Just think about, like, when was the last time you actually took a look at your data, right? When was it updated? Is it out of date? Is it missing anything? Who is your target audience? Who are you talking to, or who are you trying to convey information to? And what is the whole goal are you trying to accomplish? And whether does that data that you have, does it need to be secured? Is it like personal identifiable information? Do you need to secure it in a certain way? Like, does it have to have an extra level of security? So all of these things I feel are very important for people to consider when they're looking at their own data or their company's data or their business data. Those are all pretty important.
Yeah. So this would be what would be in it for everybody else, right? What would be in it for you?
Right.
Consider these questions.
Yeah, consider it. Like, and then also, how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it yourself, or are you going to have somebody else help you? And not to plug us, but we do have multiple ways that we can help you clean your data. So, but those are just things to consider.
So the the points that you covered, everyone should take some time and reflect on their data set.
Right.
And then really consider, okay, is it something a DIY? Is this data set something I'm going to look up all the city names myself?
Right.
Do I just go straight with the USPS and
Which
go
is
with whatever changes they do?
Which is a lot of work.
Just even go with the USPS?
Yes. Well, I know, just looking up everything and making sure that, and coming to that, researching that, spending the time and researching is quite a bit of work itself, so.
Sure.
Right. Or go to a trusted provider.
Right.
That provides you the stability and the data sets you're looking for.
Right.
Trusted and verified.
Right.
Yeah. They've already done the work for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So, well, what else do you want to talk about? I mean, I want to hear a little bit more about the compliance side.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if I can say.
Well, okay.
Is it within compliance?
My lips are sealed.
So
I didn't get that approved. I'm just kidding.
Those are all good statements, right? Because you got to see maybe the compliance stuff, information needs to be protected. Can't just talk about all the inner secrets of everything. But is it safe to say that by Melissa, with your help and work and the team's work, that getting all these certifications, that we are in compliance with a lot of the modern, latest standards for information security?
Okay, so because the landscape for security is changing, and it's changing pretty hard changing a lot, not pretty hard, but it's changing.
Let me throw another question at you then. Does AI have something to do with this?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Is that something we can talk a little bit about?
Yeah, well, I mean, we could talk a little bit about it, but the fact is that the AI, they're finding more vulnerabilities out there. AI is making it very possible to find loopholes and little gaps that you might have, and it's just really important to stay up to date with the latest standards in security for your business. And that's why we maintain all of these certifications, to make sure that we're being compliant, why we're audited by third parties, to make sure that we're compliant, so that way our customers can trust that we're doing everything that we can to be safe and a proper provider for them.
Well, I would like to take the points that you enumerated in the philosophical
Questions.
self-reflection questions to our listeners, and really apply to the same concept for information security. So when was the last time you looked at your information security?
Right.
Policies, practices, standards. When was the last time it was updated?
Right.
So, you wrote something 10 years ago, but now computers have changed. Introduction of AI, as you mentioned, it changes the landscape.
Right.
And so you have to move forward with new practices
Right.
to secure your data, right?
And then making sure everybody else is on board with that, with training and
Right.
consistent.
Right.
So.
And then you said, what are you trying to accomplish with data? So with these certifications, what are you trying to accomplish? Well, you're trying to provide trust.
Right.
Right. And also provide security.
Right.
Because different threat actors with change, the game's changing.
Right.
And you want to make sure you stay on top of these changes.
And not just for us, but for our customers too. Yes.
Right. Us,
for
our
both of
data,
us,
our
yeah.
customer, our customer's data. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's kind of the same concept, right? Your questions apply to both compliance and to data.
Yes. 100%.
Cool.
And we'll try to get everybody on the nice list this year.
Well, I mean, going back to the basics here, why do you like working with data?
I love to work with data because it helps me to communicate and visualize whatever it is it helps me visualize whatever I'm trying to communicate or learn or teach, right? So if whatever it is, if I can back it up with the actual data, whether that's in like a chart or a graph or whatever it is, it's just, that's the beauty of it. So communicating more clearly and having something to back it up with like an image, it just kind of creates that, you're telling, you're audio learning, and then you're visually learning.
Yeah, proofs in the pudding. Yeah, the data pudding.
Yeah, the data pudding. It's
Yum.
a delicious pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only pudding I like.
Usually it's delicious, right?
Eat it. I can eat that all day.
Good data pudding.
Oh,
Yes.
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 Not
Not
stuff.
bad
Not
data.
not outdated,
Yeah.
not expired.
Yeah.
That
data.
would cause me some indigestion
Yes.
problems.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Bad data indigestion.
That's good.
Oh man.
So, let me see. I think this question applies more for your product management side with ZipInfo.
Right.
So you mentioned that's zip data, right? Data about zip codes.
Right.
Are any cool things you've seen your customers do?
They've done like some emergency planning. Some of our products within the ZipInfo line are also for like medical billing. So that's some pretty cool stuff. It's like targeted marketing, seeing like where the mass of people are, so that way they know who they can reach out to. Those are just some of the things that I think are pretty cool. Another thing is like our National Zip Plus 4 database I really like is that it actually shows exactly what's changed. So when it comes in, I always really appreciate looking at that. So when they remove zip codes or they remove city names or they change something within like the county name, you can see it there, and like that's always really helpful. And some other things are, the congressional districts and like boundary lines. So they use that for determining the political landscape. So those are some of the things.
All right. Does it even make sense to ask what cool things people do with an ISO 27001 certification?
That would be a great question for, our VP of Information Systems or Doug.
So he probably has a little certificate and he just waves it
Yeah,
around.
he waves it.
Waves
Like
it around. Put on a flag.
Yeah.
I have it.
Little badge.
Oh, we should get them a little badge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Well, okay. Well, that's our idea right there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Not to bring things down a bit, but working with ZipInfo and stuff, right? What are some common problems you might see?
With ZipInfo products?
Not necessarily with ZipInfo, but like with any sort of product that you might be working with.
I mean, the duplicate data. I feel like sometimes it's like just getting the duplicates, like city names, right? For example, you have the fully spelled out name, which we've already kind of covered earlier, right? But then you have like different ones, or like RSM, right?
Alternate names.
Alternate
or
names,
abbreviation,
abbreviations, alias, the alternate names. You got like Rancho Santa Maria, then you got like RSM, and then you got like Rancho Stagmarg.
Rancho
all these
Stagmarg,
different,
yeah.
Rancho Stagmarg. You got all these different ways of displaying the city name. So that's something that's always comes up.
Yeah. How do you solve those?
Well, you got to look at what's deliverable, right? Like what is the actual official name, and then what is the official abbreviated name, right? And then what is something? How does the city, the actual city, list it? And what makes sense, basically.
Yeah.
So how are other places listing it, and what's the most common within those? And then of course have a discussion with your team, because I don't make the decisions and bring the hammer, but it's actually you that brings the hammer. So.
I just give you the hammer so you can go bring it to the customers. But some people really love their vanity names, and they're like, but we want to call it this, but no one else calls it that.
Well,
like only you guys do. Some people really love their vanity names.
Well, if it's a vanity name, I feel like that's important to share as well. But it's just when it's the duplicated ones where it's like it's the same exact thing that you're trying to say. It's not like a different name. It's
different spellings.
like a
of the
different
same
spelling
name.
of the same name.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's like the space added capitalization or just like a different amount of characters within the name for the same thing. I think that's probably one of the most frustrating.
I think we have a quote for that. To apostrophe or to not apostrophe?
Yeah, I was just put the dash in or leave it out. What is it? I don't know. What's better?
Oh man. All right.
Well, so how do you continue to innovate and improve these data issues we're talking about? What any strategies?
Well, still stay informed, right? Number one, of course, be compliant. So going back to compliance, read the documentation for the official sources, like the official postal requirements, the official, wherever you're looking, just maintaining compliance, and then comparing that with what you have to make sure you're at least meeting the minimum standards of what is required. And then also, support FedRAMP compliance moving forward, of course, with all the changes that are about to start happening. Yeah. Communicate regulatory changes of the trusted data sources to my team. I think that that's some way of improving and making sure that we continue to innovate as a team moving forward, and we stay up to speed with our customers. And then helping customers understand how to use that trusted data, I think, is a really big goal of mine and all of ours, really, moving forward. So,
I've been hearing about what you do, or we've been hearing about what you do, and definitely many hats, two very, very big different hats.
Yes.
Do you ever get like split personalities?
Yes. Oh. I have three. I've got the elf, right?
Oh yes, the elf hat.
I've got the elf hat, I've got the zip info hat, and then I've got the compliance hat. And they're all very fun. I really enjoy all three of them, so it gives me a break from, my other sides. So,
which one would you say is your most strict?
My compliance hat, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Makes sense.
it's really strict.
It's pretty close with the elf
cinched
hat.
down on her head.
Yeah, there's nothing, no room for movement or anything. Yeah.
I'm too scared to comply or die. No, just kidding.
Comply or die. I like that.
I like that.
Come on. Stop.
I said it first.
No, we have it recorded. We're gonna do this on review.
Slow motion.
We need a referee. Check the replay.
Put the little camera up there and do the replay.
Check the
right
replay. Yep. All right. Well, we is there anything else we need to talk about?
Any other final thoughts from you, Roxanne?
No?
So when am I gonna...
You don't have to have a final thought. It was just a nice thing to ask, I think.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just think that's true.
Just be polite.
It was a nice thing to ask.
Well, just like I had mentioned before, stay up to date on your data. Be aware of what's happening in the world right now, especially with AI, for yourself, not just for your business, but for yourself, just to maintain your own data security and stay up to date. And enjoy.
There we go. You have to enjoy.
Enjoy the data pudding.
Yeah.
The good data pudding.
The good data pudding.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Roxanne, for
Thank
your
you.
words of wisdom and philosophical questions.
Yes.
I think everyone's going to have a lot to think about
Yes.
after, jot down what she said and just think about it.
Yeah. Curious to know what part resonated with you guys the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Roxanne.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
If you like this type of content, please make sure you like and subscribe so we can reach more viewers like yourself, and you'll be notified when we have new episodes.
We'd love to hear from you, especially your thoughts. Email us at podcast@melissa.com. Connect with us on LinkedIn or leave some comments for us. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time.
Stay data curious.